Ooh, what's up YouTube? ODST General back again with Birding Simulator. So this is kind of a random game that just caught my eye. I was looking through demos, and we just had Steam Next Fest a few days ago, but I had a bad cold and it took my voice, so I couldn't talk and couldn't cover Steam Next Fest or the demos at that point in time, but it got me looking through some demos. Some of these were probably in Next Fest, some of them weren't, so we're going to be taking a look at a few of these, and this is the first one we're taking a look at. So we're going to start a new game, and we're going to skip over this intro cutscene. It's kind of a weird cutscene. I guess it might insinuate that our character was in a relationship with somebody else or something. We seem to be working as a photographer, potentially taking pictures for a newspaper. A lot of it's just really not made clear by the intro stuff. But yeah, so just my initial thoughts right offhand for photography game.
Lucas,
the graphics should probably be a little bit better than this. They're not really terrible, but they could be significantly better at the same time, you know? And I think when the premise of your game is based off of visuals, then yeah, that's one of those times you want graphics to be a big deal.
Thank you for coming.
I'm glad to, Diana. Stop thanking me over and over. Sometimes I wonder if it was right to abandon our project.
You're here now. That's what matters. And now try to make your first photo. You can start with a red crossbill.
Someone's got to do it.
How does she know that that's there? So, we've got our quick bar, which is telling us how to use. So 1 is our phone, 2 is our camera, and 3 is our binoculars. So if we go into our binoculars here, we can study this bird. It'll tell us what it's doing, and we can track it so that if it moves, we can follow it around. So, you can also see, you can like kind of hear bird calls and stuff, so kind of like various hunting games and stuff, you can hear the calls and stuff going on. Now, the only issue I really have with this game so far is that it's kind of a weird choice to make it just about taking pictures of birds, which is what it seems to be, at least so far. I haven't gotten very far in this. I think I accidentally just clicked my keyboard, but yeah, it's kind of weird to me. You know, you could definitely have a game with, you know, taking pictures of birds, but yeah, I don't know. You'd think there'd be like deer and other wildlife, you know, beavers, maybe fish jumping out of the water, stuff like that. I mean, we're in a big wildlife preserve, so it makes a lot of sense to have stuff like that. Anyway, so we have our camera here, and if you guys are at all familiar with digital photography, you know, basically all of your settings that you'd kind of expect to have on a basic camera seem to be here. It looks like there's a lot of different cameras, so I'm guessing there might even be additional options later on with more advanced cameras, but you've got your automatic by default, shutter priority, aperture priority, and manual settings. With manual, of course, you can change stuff like the aperture, your shutter speed, and your ISO, and you know, you've got exposure compensation and stuff like that too. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's any benefit. Yeah, I haven't seen any benefit to taking pictures of a certain quality or certain style. So I don't know if it's more so just like how you want to stylistically take pictures, or if there's something else going on there. Seems there's also a burst mode. I haven't tested the burst mode out yet or not. Or I haven't tested it out at all, I should say. So, yeah, it takes a bunch of rapid pictures, I guess, perfect for yeah, taking pictures of birds in flight and stuff like that. I don't know how much lighting and stuff is going to play in. Obviously, this is the intro portion here, so there's not a lot I've really seen yet. This is basically the extent to which I've played here. I played that first little section, and I just decided to restart and record the video. So I'm still getting over my cold a little bit, so I might have to cough or something. A lot of talking kind of agitates my throat right now still. So yeah, I'd lost my voice from that cold, and just, I don't know, it felt like I had something like lodged in my throat, and it like just caused a lot of irritation. I think that's why I lost my voice, but it's back now, more or less. Yes, I mean, like, looking here, though, there's, like, water and stuff. You'd think there would be deer.
Hey, I see the observation tower.
Again, though,
I
I just
wonder if
think
the
that
view's any
the
different.
game like this,
Go
like
up
the
and see
draw
for
distance,
yourself.
the grass
But watch out on the
disappears
stairs.
at any
They're
sort of
damaged.
range.
What?
I do think
They
they
were
need to
damaged 10
put higher
years ago.
priority on improving the
They've
graphics
never
as
been
much as
repaired.
possible.
Why? Is there anyone who cares?
Why would there be? They've been planning to sell this land to the factory for ages.
I don't get it. The locals didn't oppose the sale?
We've tried petitions, and we've spoken with officials. We wanted the commission to visit and make a statement as well, but no one listened. The mayor is the factory president's buddy from high school. You get the picture.
And you tell me that now?
Would that change your decision?
No, I don't know. I at least know what I was getting myself into.
I know it sounds like a lost cause, but we've got you and Gary. If there's anyone who can do it, it's you two.
If we win, it'll only be because I'll find that bird. Someone's got to do it.
Hey, Lucas, I'm taking you at your word.
So, yeah, I don't know if we're looking for a specific bird, but basically the premise is this is, I guess, some wildlife area that me and this person we're speaking with on the phone here used to visit frequently together. And the, I guess, oh, there is deer. Can we take a picture of the deer? Oh, I mean, there's deer, but you don't see the deer making calls, so I don't know if it's specifically birds. I don't know if we're looking for a specific bird. It sounds like maybe we might be to
Just
stop
like
the
good old
factory
times,
taking
remember?
over this area.
Looking from here, it's
Let 'em
as
loose.
if
That's a big
nothing's
deer,
ever
though.
changed. We're still 16 with big plans for the future.
True. Except now we know the stakes. Look to the north. See? My old camp. I use it whenever I'm going birding. You're always welcome to have a rest there. I'm using the ecologist camp now anyway. Feel free to look around.
That's the north, but south on the
Thanks.
phone.
I'll
That's
take a
confusing.
look around here.
Okay, sure. So yeah, I mean, I like the concept of the game. You know, I do a little bit of photography in real life. I don't do nearly as much as what I'd actually like to, but when I do find the time, which isn't very often, I'd actually like to go out like this and basically do the same thing. And normally you gotta be a little bit quieter because you're, not trying to scare off all the animals, but we've got objectives here, so we're gonna be going to this camp, I guess, and just cutting through the center and disturbing everything along the way. There doesn't seem to be any points for taking pictures of every bird in the game, so I'm not really sure. Not really sure if there is a point to taking pictures to all these birds. I mean, obviously, if it's birding simulator. That was pretty blurry. That wouldn't be a very good picture. But yeah, it wouldn't make very much sense that this game didn't have you taking pictures of like every bird you possibly could, I guess. What's in here? So we got the Camera Tour T8K and a 200 to 400 millimeter lens. So I don't. How do we put a lens on this like that? Okay, so we got another camera here. Not sure what the lens is on this thing here, or how to take the lens apart. So we got a memory card. Do we have a memory card in this other one too? See, I'm going to explain this, but they took us here to get this, but they don't really explain it very well. So that's 200 to 400 on that. This one's 70 to 200. So this new camera we got's definitely a much longer range camera. And then yeah, there's stuff like trousers, jacket, and headwear and boots. I don't know what the the purpose of that is. Apologies, guys. Yeah, I'm not sure what the point of having the clothing is. As far as I can tell, you can't go in third person, or if you can, I haven't figured it out. How do we activate the camp? Oh, right there. Perfect. Okay. So we looked around the camp. I mean, we already found this. We activated the stash. Guess we need to look around the outside, presumably. Well, it looks like we need to go inside. Oh, there's a message.
Diana, I found the camp, but
What is it, Lucas?
I found a message. Get lost, tree huggers.
A threat? I'll talk with Gary.
And what can he do about it?
I know you're not fond of him, but Gary has connections. He's a friend with our sheriff, too. I'll call you when I find something out. In the meantime, check out the functionalities of the camp.
Someone's got to do it.
So there's a bald eagle there.
When was the last time you photographed wildlife?
High school for our album. I didn't really
Had a
have any
hard time
chances to do it
focusing.
in New York.
Using the
Urban
autofocus.
lifestyle, huh? Do you want me to remind you of the basics?
There's no need. Thanks.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah, sure. Help me out.
think this would be
To be
protected
honest, I barely
range with
remember
the
anything.
bald eagle, but I guess
Don't
not.
worry. Ornithologists train for many years, and you've only got your vacation. I'll help. Together we'll use it to the fullest.
Is it really that hard?
Birds are timid, and we need pictures. Even if you manage to find a new species, the bird could just fly away.
What do I do then?
Let's find a bird first. Try to catch any calls.
Now that's quite a loud singer.
It must be a red-bellied woodpecker. That's a very distinctive call.
You can distinguish them by their calls?
Can't you? Hear that? That sound is typical for the red-bellied woodpecker inhabiting this region.
You can actually learn that?
You'll be recognizing them in a few days.
Ooh.
Now, try to locate it. And remember to sneak.
Are you kidding?
You can go ahead and run. All the wildlife will hear you from a mile away, though.
Okay,
Come on, let's
I
get
got
this
it.
eagle. Let's study it.
Someone's got to do it.
Bald
Let's
eagle.
sneak around.
As quiet as possible. Stay low and move slowly.
So yeah, there is a sound meter. It's hard to move slowly, though. I mean, if you look, I mean, as soon as we go there, it's up to 2/3 even crouching. Yeah, I couldn't hear where it was calling from, though. I was a little sidetracked by the eagle here. So we don't have a map yet available. I don't know if that's not in the demo or if it's just something we have to unlock through the tutorial here. There's a species there. It's definitely not a woodpecker, though, just based off the fact it's on the ground. Yeah, it's a sandpiper. So that's a sandpiper still. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see the I didn't see any sound things indicating the woodpecker's position. I think the coolest bird encounter I've ever had on a hike personally was a hawk swooping in low over my head, but unfortunately the trail I was on, I couldn't get a good picture of it, but it was that was a pretty neat experience. So I really like birds of prey, so stuff like hawks and eagles and stuff are all pretty awesome. So this is probably another terrestrial bird. Yeah, it's probably another like sandpiper or something. It looks like. Not sure if that's Sanderling. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be finding it here on the ground. It's gonna be up in a tree, but Seeing a lot of stuff on the ground. You know, come to think of it, though, I did see, while I was, before I restarted and started the video, I did see one back out in the field over this way, so maybe that's where we need to be. There is a bird over here, too, it looks like. That's not our woodpecker, though. I don't think it is. Oh, maybe that is. That's the sandpiper. This could be a little bit trickier than I was anticipating. Definitely tricky to kind of study them in the air as they fly by really fast. Unless they're flying like straight away from you, like this guy. There's a chickadee. The red knot I just took a picture of. There's something flying over here. It's another red knot. So yeah, it definitely seems like the challenge is if you're gonna have to spot specific birds, and that's what they're looking for pictures and stuff of, I guess that's definitely where the challenge would be. Which would make a lot more sense. Again, it's, I guess I'm not really sure how they plan to dole out your hunt for all these birds. Alright,
Red-bellied woodpecker is common throughout the eastern United States. It consumes a wide variety of fruit. Cavities excavated by red-bellied woodpecker in dead wood provide shelter for a variety of other species.
So, I mean, tracking the birds, I mean, it helps, but it seems like its duration's so short, I don't know how much it's actually going to help you. Like, now he's in the woods. What is this guy here? It's not what we want, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it so we can just identify all these birds a lot easier. Yeah, so I mean, hopefully we'll get lucky and we'll be able to catch this guy in this tree line here, somewhere along in here, but I didn't see where he went. I don't see any bird calls happening. Guess we'll hide in here. There's a visibility aspect too, so I guess maybe that's where the clothing comes in, is buying camouflages and stuff like that to help you blend in, to hide from the birds. That would make sense. I don't know if that's the case or not, but that's the most logical thing to me. That's a crossbill. We don't want that guy. Now, I don't know if the sound alone is just to convince birds to come closer to you, or if, you know, they'll potentially be easier to hear as well. I guess maybe the bird aspect of this is that we're trying to find some new rare bird to prevent them from putting the factory in. I think generally when it comes to birds, there's usually, in some ways, a lot more strict laws to protect bird species than there is for a lot of other species. Obviously, there's a lot of laws in place to protect all sorts of wildlife, but definitely fish and bird seems to be definitely much more heavily enforced in many ways. Yeah, these are definitely tricky to follow with these binoculars too. Yeah, I mean, we saw the woodpecker over here, and then yeah, he flew into the tree line, and I have no idea where he's at. This is actually super tricky to find these birds. So I mean, you know, it's challenging, I suppose, especially because you know, you gotta take a picture of them too once you find them. It's not just, oh, here they are. Here's your picture. So the other one's what, 70 to 200, and this one's 200 to 400. Is that right? The zoom on this doesn't seem a whole lot better, but it seems, I guess, maybe a little bit marginally better. Definitely can't zoom out as far, so you don't get as wide of an angle, but something like this would be really nice for taking pictures of birds. Obviously not the one we need. Yeah, this is so tough. This is kind of surprising because like they basically just give you the first bird. I mean, there's no basically. They give you the first bird, and then this one, you know, this one's actually genuinely very tough. Oh. It's a woodpecker. I tracked him, but I don't see him now. Oh, there he is.
Lucas, I have good news.
I'm listening.
I found your order for red-bellied woodpecker's photo. You can remind the knowledge and earn a few dollars.
Sounds cool.
Okay then, I'll send you details.
And if you want, you can turn autofocus and stuff off. I'm always kind of mixed on autofocus. Sometimes I prefer to have it off, and sometimes I prefer to actually use it while I'm taking pictures. I mean, obviously the advantages to autofocus is that you don't necessarily have to worry about, like, focusing and taking the extra time to do that and getting it just right. And, you know, under lighting conditions and stuff like that, it can be kind of tricky. So there's orders. So let's take a look at this. Order details.
Look at those ruffled feathers. I bet he's trying to get himself a girl.
That's exactly what he's doing. It's their breeding season, so you'll hear them a lot. Great job, Lucas. I didn't mention it before, but there's a demand for such photos. There's even an app people from all over the world use to order specific shots of certain birds. For a fee, of course. Try to take a few of these jobs soon. It'll get you some funds for better equipment to take better pictures.
So we can send the photo for 400, but we haven't completed the job. We need to take a photo of one with at least whatever grade that is. It's bird grade, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the grades are. Like, this is actually a really awesome photo here. So, I mean, we need to try and get closer to this thing here if we can. I think this is still our woodpecker right here, it looks like. I don't know how close we can get here. So I just heard one call over here somewhere. So we need to take a picture of a female one. It seems like the one we took a picture of was a male. And yeah, we need to get a good enough grade for the picture too, being the main objective. And I don't know how to get like that grade, or what that grade is, because they didn't really explain that. Yeah, I think the tracking, as far as that goes, should definitely be a lot longer lasting. I guess maybe if the bird's flying around, that's when you have the tracking end faster, even though that makes it kind of obnoxious, but definitely if the bird's sitting still. I think that's when you reasonably have the tracking last longer. I don't see this. I don't remember which tree it was on. Oh. I don't know if it got spooked or what. They say don't make a lot of noise, but I mean, just even scooting like this, you're making a fair bit of noise. Maybe, I mean, there's shoes and stuff too, so maybe there's like quieter shoes you can get or something. I don't know. Can we send the client's photo? Oh, this is F. So is that C grade? Is that what that is? That's a C minus. It's such a stylized C. I couldn't tell that was a C. So, I mean, a lot of times the trick with wildlife is you don't want to necessarily rush in and take a whole bunch of pictures. You just want to kind of take your time, you know, just slowly take your pictures, because a lot of times if you're sitting there rapidly with the shutter, like, even if it's on silent, it seems like they know. Even the small bits of movement they kind of pick up on. Wait for it to try and get a call off here. So that's gotta be good enough, right? Perfect. So it's not female, but that's enough for us to send the photo, which is enough for us to complete the mission. So that's the end of the demo, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent enough game. I mean, as somebody who's into photography and does the same thing in kind of real life, I mean, this is kind of fun. You know, obviously, if you don't have the money for a camera like this, even on the cheaper end, they're still fairly expensive, at least to me. Because I don't get that insanely big YouTube money like we all like to joke about. You know, it's not accessible to everybody, or not everybody has a park or area like this that they can go out to, but definitely not as fun as actually just getting out there and actually taking the photos, I would say. But there is, you know, obviously the aspects of this where it's like, you know, like I don't have access to bald eagles around here, so that's kind of neat, I guess. Definitely, like I said, probably my biggest gripe with the game really is, I mean, its graphics is what it comes down to. The tutorial could be a little bit clearer for, like, I guess, better ways of hunting down birds. I don't know if birds tend to frequent any areas of this more than others. Obviously, we don't have access to this map yet. We don't know how big this map is going to be in the final game, or how big of an area we just covered. I feel like we're probably over here in this section on the kind of the bottom left, maybe over here specifically. Actually, this is probably where we're at. So we just covered this area here in the demo, and this whole area is the game. I don't know if we wanted to, if we could just like run through here real quick and take pictures. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, you can see all of our pictures. We actually got our different grades. So this is an A-, which is funny because this is blurry as heck. That one's really blurry too. This one, on the other hand, like this one is an F. And the subject's really small, but you could crop this and it's actually in much better focus than this A-. So I kind of take issue with that. Like this would be a really good, or you know, this would be like, not a really good picture, but it'd be a pretty cool picture. If it was more in focus. Obviously, if you can avoid having to crop, like this one's pretty good here. The eagle flying through the trees and stuff. I mean, it's in focus. It's much better zoom on it. And then again, you could still like crop it a little bit more. But yeah, like the deer, it doesn't recognize the deer. It doesn't grade that, which is so weird to me. I mean, again, I get it's birding simulator, not wildlife photography simulator. But you're in an open park. Why would you not just make it wildlife photography simulator? So I guess you get graded on a number of things when you get scores. So you got bird rarity, bird presence, whatever that means, I guess. How many of those birds there are, or how big the bird is. I don't know. The camera quality. I'm not sure why the camera quality would necessarily count. I mean, obviously better cameras are going to take better photos, but you know, that feels like the same thing as the photo quality to me at that point. This one was so blurry, didn't recognize it as a picture. That was a pretty bad one. Search book. So I guess this just lets us search the pictures. Yeah, so if you want to see pictures of a specific bird you took, that's how you do it. What is this killdeer? Is that a like, I actually don't know what a killdeer is, but I'm assuming it's a bird. It's not one I'm familiar with. Yeah, and then there's no story missions or anything, so it looks like you can keep playing the demo. We're not going to. We're just going to kind of take a quick look through this here. That's kind of neat. Then yeah, a bunch of up-close photos of the different birds in the game. So I don't know if this is going to be everything that's in the game or not. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to judge this game based solely off this demo. I see some potential for it, and again, as somebody who does this sort of thing, you know, I'm already kind of, I guess, predisposed to wanting to like it. But yeah, definitely for me, graphics, again, just to beat a dead horse, graphics should be a lot better than this in a photography game. Obviously, you want the game to perform well if that's a performance issue thing, and that's the reason the graphics aren't better, then, you know, that's fine. That's understandable, I guess. But if you can, you know, if it's within the realm of your skill or something you can learn to do, then yeah, definitely, in this case, I think the graphics should be better. Because it's a game based on visuals. So you want the visuals to be good. Alright guys, we're gonna end this here though. Let me know, guys, what do you guys think of this birding photography simulator game? And if there's any other demos I guess you guys want me to check out, maybe let me know in the comments below. We can check those out too, potentially. We've got at least a couple more that I want to check out and show off to you guys. Some more advanced than this, some less advanced, and then there's some other stuff we got down in the pipes here. So, got a few things now. I've got my voice back. Try and get some more videos out back to you guys here again. I haven't had too many. Finally getting the Deadwater Saloon stuff should be up by the time you guys have seen this. At least, you know, 1 or 2 episodes, I would imagine. They're gonna be set and ready to go. So, there will be that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you all in the next one.